Hey YouTube, what's going on? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update on Bitcoin. Right now we're at $9,520. We're down 2.13%. There's some key areas, key things happening today that I wanted to bring to you all. This is just going to be a quick Bitcoin update. I don't have a lot of time right now, but we're breaking through some critical levels, and I just want to put this on your radar so that you guys can do what you want with it. Remember, I'm not your financial advisor here. I'm not going to rebel crystal ball for you. We're going to look at the upside, the downside, and what potentially could happen if we continue to this downside here. So if you like these videos, like this channel, guys, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I appreciate having you all here with me today, and we're going to dig into this. So first of all, what happened, guys, yesterday, we've been in this massive symmetrical triangle. So we've been having those higher lows and lower highs coming in, and what happened was we actually closed a daily candle down below this trend line right here. And typically, guys, as you know, when we get trend line breaks, we can drop as much as 25 to 60% in this space. It happens. So what we're looking at now is, are we having this true break down from here, or is this going to be some type of a 5% failure or a busted pattern? So sometimes what can happen, guys, you can drop down and you'll go down about 5%, then you can actually get back up within this trend line and start working it again. Okay, so that can happen, and it can happen on breakouts to the upside where you break out and then you actually fall back down inside. So that happens a lot, but you can have that breakdown and you can come back and you can test this trend line before sometimes you even fall farther, or you can get back up in there, guys. That's another one, or we can just start falling straight down. But what I wanted to point out to you as well as we're breaking down through this lower trend line here, we're also breaking down through this 0.382 on our Fibonacci. And this 0.382 we took from our swing low all the way up to our swing high, and this was a critical area for us here. So if we get a bounce off the 0.236, so say we made this move up here, we came back down, got a really strong bounce off the 0.236 and kept moving, that's extremely bullish. The next spot you want to look at is that 0.382, then we look down to our 0.5, then ultimately that 0.618. Now, since we are breaking down through here, guys, if we have another candle close today below that, then I would probably start looking down around 87.94 to see if we get a bounce off support there. Then I'd be looking down to that 0.5, which is going to be around 84.79. That's a huge possibility for us to go down to that level if we continue to sell off like we're selling off now. And then ultimately the next area I'd be looking at is that 200-day moving average. And we have not truly properly back tested that 200-day moving average. We broke out of that being below the 200-day moving average on the 2nd of April 2019, and we've been above it ever since. We basically just went parabolic here. So for us to back test this and potentially have a really strong bounce, there could be a lot of guys going long around that 75.12 area right now, and it'll obviously creep up as time goes on. That's going to be an area that I'm going to be looking at as well, because right now I'm being patient. The last thing I want to do is try to catch falling knives, and right now if I jumped in, this would be catching falling knives. What happened was, guys, my stop loss actually triggered last night when we broke down through this, so I'm out of my position, just sitting in cash right now. I'm waiting to see what's going to happen next with the market, and for me to go long on the market, what we would need to see, say today, close a really strong hammer candle, which we're not there with this candle yet, guys. A hammer candle, what we would want is basically the wick to be 2 to 3 times as long as the body, and right now it's about a 50-50 split here. So if we got bought up a little bit more, we'd want to see a nice hammer candle here with a long wick, and then tomorrow I'd want to see some confirmation on big volume to see if we can get back up within this trend line. But still, guys, I like to wait to see if we can get up above some of these moving averages here. The moving averages I'm looking at in yellow is the 8 EMA, so that's going to give me a lot of information in the short term. Then I'm going to be looking at that 13 moving average, and then I'm going to be looking at the 21-day moving average as well. And what I want to see is potential golden crosses of those starting to move back to the upside with a nice confirmation candle in those before I would potentially go long again, because I've been in the space for quite a while now, guys, and I've caught some falling knives, you know, thinking, hey, I'm gonna make this happen real quick. Basically it's gonna fall, I'm gonna hit a hammer, and then, you know, that's gonna be a good spot. But a lot of times you'll have that hammer candle, then you'll just go up for a quick bounce, and then you'll fall back down again because you'll start getting rejected at those moving averages. And that's, you know, being patient, guys, and protecting your capital is the #1 most important thing when trading. If you're just hodling and you're looking for buying opportunities, then go for it. You know, whenever those days are red and you see a 15-20% day, go for it. But a lot of the times you can continue to fall even farther, and that's what I look for. I don't want to catch those falling knives anymore, and I think it's important to really look at that. So now what we want to start doing is seeing, with us breaking down through this symmetrical triangle, now we need to start looking at some indicators with that as well. And what we're going to start out with is our MACD. And for the MACD, we are still in bearish territory here. The histogram starting to tick bearish again, so we want to pay attention to that. We've had this bearish cross here, and we've been underneath ever since, so the MACD is bearish. And guys, if you get something out of this, let me know down low. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I appreciate y'all. Relative strength index, what we're going to look at here, we're at 38 right now, and then I'm going to draw this trend line on here for us. And to me, this trend line is going to be important, because if we're going to move to the upside, we need to break out of that. We can't continue to have that act as overhead resistance. So this is going to be a big trend line. When that break happens, if it breaks to the upside, that could be a really strong move, guys, and that could bring us back up to around those $14,000 levels, but we're nowhere near that right now. We got to take this one day at a time. We have to start looking for some reversal candlestick patterns once we do start to slow down on the selling process. And then the next one we're going to look at is our stock. Our stock right now is at 11 and 25, so we are in oversold territory. We had a bearish cross to the downside. So guys, really wait to see if we get another, stochastic cross to the upside with a nice bullish pattern formation. Those are the type of things that I want to see on big volume as well. I can't overemphasize how important volume is. It confirms moves. And right here, I mean, this was a breakdown. It wasn't on the most massive volume, but there was some decent volume coming in here with this break to the downside. So now it's just paying attention and waiting to see which way it's going to ultimately go for us. That's what we want to look for now, and just protect ourselves. And like I said, guys, I got stopped out of my position. It's okay. It's what happens. It's the name of the game. Because right now, what I was looking at and why I was in a position, I'd been in a position for quite a while. It was doing pretty well, but we'd been chopping back and forth in this symmetrical triangle, and I wanted to protect myself in case we did have this downward break, and that's exactly what happened. So now it's just being patient, guys, and waiting for that right time to jump back in. And that's just what I want to do. I want to try to protect my capital as much as I can so that you can stay in this game as long as possible. That's what you want to do. So guys, let me know down low if you get some out of this. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. God bless each and every one of you, my friends.